Okay, so now I'm going to piece the front end of the Camaro back together, at least somehow. So my problem is most of the places that the front end is attached are broken, so I need something to strengthen this piece here. So I'm just going to take a piece of I don't know what is called, but this kind of angle iron that already has holes in it, so it's easy to fix. So now I've cut little notches there so I can bend it to follow the shape of the front end. The bottom of the headlight is also pretty fucked up, as you can see. I could always buy a new one, but I can always also fix it, at least so that it won't fall apart on the track. Okay, so now half of the base for the headlight is fixed and the headlight is attached, and now I'm going to put it back to the car. Actually I had to put the base first because there are few mounting holes that are underneath the headlamp, so now it's quite sturdily back on. Don't be alarmed by this, I'm going to tie them together underneath here, and then I'll maybe have to put something through here too. Okay, so now the headlight is back on and it's quite nicely there. It's not going to fall off until I crash it again, and now I can mount this bar here so it'll tie the front end back together. Now this front bar is held on by zip ties, so I can start putting it there, but I put the front end to the original places that had torn off, just with very big washers both sides. So now it's starting to be as strong as it was before, and now it's going to be even stronger with this fortification here. I just got the reinforcement bar mounted and the headlights mounted, and now the front end is stronger than it was before, and when I make a new lower piece here, I can just sandwich this here in between and it'll be easy to fix. So the next thing I have to do is make a bracket for the fan, since it also broke down last time. And just like that, with little spray paint, it looks like it was never even broken. And now with the grill, I'm not sure if I'll put it there just now. I think I'll go without it, and after I build the front end, the lower part back together, then I'll put the grills back too. I forgot to film the making of these brackets, but they were quite simple, so I just cut a piece of the angle iron, took some notches out of it so I could bend it, and then just mount it to the fan. And now I can drop. The bottom goes straight on top of the radiator mount, and then it just bolts onto the radiator from the top. Like so. Now the fan is mounted. I still have to do a shroud there, but it's not that critical now. But now at least the fan is on the radiator and it's on there strong. Okay, so let's test if it works. Yeah. It blows all right. As you can see, I still have to align the accessories because I had to replace the alternator, and this is physically larger than the previous one, so it's almost in the block there. So I had to move it just a little bit forward, and now the belt is one groove off. It holds up, it stays in there, but I have to do it sometime. I have to bring the pulley on the crank a bit more towards the front, and the power steering pump too. Okay, so I was going to use this old heater core as an oil cooler, but there is a small crack on the base of the other side. Oh, there's a little crack there too. So I'm going to try to fix that and then use it. If I'm not able to, I have another one I could maybe use if I put inlets in it. Okay, I think I got it. I just used this basic torch and soldered it. I didn't have any flux, so I should have got some, but I'll test, and if it holds, it holds. If not, then I'll do something else. Okay, so I hooked the new cooler up, and I think I'm going to mount it temporarily here until I got the new front end, and I'm going to use this stuff again. I just love it. It's like building with Legos. So to the top like this, and to the bottom, and then with long bolts I tie them together, and it will be strong and easy. So it'll be sandwiched like that, and I'll cut these two. These are leftovers from the previous brackets for the fan, and I'll use this to tie them up. And then, because there are many mounting holes on the top, it'll be very easy to mount to this bar here. Like this. So there will be nuts on both sides and these little pieces to tie them together, and then I'll just flip it up there. Now I'm put the rear the bottom piece together, and now I'm going to take an old punctured inner tube from a bicycle and cut some insulation material. Now the rubber insulator is sandwiched in there between, and I left the other side of the upper bracket longer, so it'll be easier to mount up there. So now it's there, and I've put a little longer rod here so I could get it through the top of the centerpiece, and then I sandwich this bolt through here and through there, and now it's very sturdy. It's not going anywhere. Okay, so I warmed it up a little bit, and this warms up quite nicely, and that means that when the heat comes here, it also goes away when driving. So I'm not sure how effective this will be compared to the old one, but I do know that it's better than nothing. And there are no oil leaks here, that is good. And everything seems to be fine. I filled up the radiator, but I overdid it while it was running, and when I turned it off, it raised the surface up a little bit too much. I would have liked to take it for a test drive, but it's too late. I don't want to disturb the neighbors, and I still have the rally studs on it, so I think I'll change the tires but call it a night after that, and hopefully it'll be good to go, but we'll see tomorrow about that.